How's it going, everybody? This is Taylor from the PRN Pig Racing Network. Today we welcome you to Rockingham Motor Speedway. This was the T-Truck Series drivers after coming from Yas Marina that I will have the results up for you. They did run at Yas Marina, they just were not recorded because of how the race went. It didn't go very well. And, it was just a like a typical road course race. Whoever started up in front dominated and won the race. And we will pull up the top 10 up on the right side of your screen while you look at the qualifying list. And as you can see, Brad Severs won the race yet again. And he's our pole sitter for today, so he's looking to have another week of good luck. And it was a pretty dominating one because he pulled right away, he pulled away and got in front of Tim Foster and Levi McIntyre. Noah Breeze got 4th, Luke Borgowski got 5th. See the rest of the top 10. If your name was not in the top 10, you didn't finish in the top 10. You will also have the amount of seconds they finished behind the winner of that race. And in the last 6 spots, 30th on 36th, we had Connor Metz, Jay Jefferson, Todd Skarsky, Benjamin Roberto, Corbin Forster, Frody Talbot, and Chris Poindexter. Those last 3 that I just named did get into an accident, but no one retired from the race. Now we move on to Rockingham, where today we have Brad Severs, Trickle Nickel, Jared Lewis, Levi McIntyre, and Rob Racer in the top 5. This being a cloudy, cold day, we are expecting to see some pretty high speeds, so a few cautions are expected in today's race. But the pace car is about to roll off, so I'll show you the rest of the field here. Bill Watterson, will start dead last, and there you go. There's the rest of the field. And now when the pace car starts rolling off, we will head up to the full screen mode. You're running 40 laps of this race, so it's expected to be a short but quick race yet again. Ace cars down pit road. Brad Severs and Trickle Nickel will lead them off to the green flag. And here we go. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys. Brad Severs with a quick lead out in front of the race. They are 3 wide behind him. Trickle Nickel, Levi McIntyre, and Noah Breeze going 3 wide. Dangerous to do that. Wow, Trickle Nickel really put the brakes on in that corner. Looked like he did not want to mess around up there. And a couple of 3 wide battles behind here, but Brad Severs leads them to the first lap. Looking like the field started to spread out. When the field starts spreading out, that is the perfect timing. We got a battle for the lead with Jared Lewis trying to take the lead away from Brad Severs. Brad Severs trying to make it a dominating 2 weeks in a row. But Jared Lewis tried to spoil that party. So they go side by, they're still not side by side for the lead, but they're relatively close. Look at how close these two are. They're bumper to bumper. They're beating and banging. 3 laps completed. These laps are 20 seconds each. 23 to 25 seconds. So this will be a quick race, as I expected. Ooh, Jared Lewis hit the brakes there. Brad Severs still leads, and Rob Racer is up in 4th, and Noah Breeze is in 5th. Nick Santiago 6th, Jack DeVitti 7th, Tim Foster, Levi McIntyre 8th and 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Dylan Rash in that 79 truck. Luke Borgowski is stopped on track, but that does not bring out a caution. So we keep it green. I don't know what happened to Luke Borgowski. It looks like he just blew up. Looks like Luke Borgowski just blew a motor. So that'll definitely not be a good race by that Luke Borgowski team. He finished really well last week, but he's not going to finish real well this week. I am very sick if you could not tell. this is how this weekend commentating is going to go for me, so yay. Jared Lewis still trying to track down Brad Severs. There a caution now? Because somebody's also off the pace. I can't tell. No. Jay Stapleton is off the pace as well. I don't see any sort of tire marks on track. So it looks like he may have gotten into the wall. I don't know. I can't really check it. I don't see any damage on his. I don't see any damage to his right sides. So I don't know if he just has a problem or not. Brad Severs in the lead. We still have 32 laps to go. A ton of time for these drivers. And as you do notice, there are some pit stalls on the back straightaway. You can see it just on the, yeah, right here you can see some pit stalls on the back straightaway. Those will be used by a few drivers in the front of the field. I don't know exactly the amount that are down the back stretch. I think it's the top 6, if not 7. So from Brad Severs to Noah Breeze, those 7 drivers, I think. I'm not so sure. I think maybe just 5. I don't know. Hard counted. But Brad Severs, Trickle Nickel, Jared Lewis, Levi McIntyre, Rob Racer, Matthew Tyler, and Noah Breeze will not use the pit stalls down the front straightaway. Or the tri-oval. They will instead use the ones down the back straightaway. That is, if they go down pit road. Don't know if they'll be able to go down pit road or not, considering how short of a race this is, considering these are 23-second lap time, 23.5 second lap times for your fastest lap. Since this race is going to go by pretty quick, I doubt you'll be able to be going down pit road. I doubt it. The field is all single file. Looks like this is just a freight train race here. And if no moves are going to be made anytime soon, Jared Lewis keeps looking underneath him, but he just cannot complete that pass. It may just be another dominating race by Brad Severs, and he would become the most winningest driver of this season. It is all single file throughout this track. No double file, no side-by-side battles whatsoever on this track. And I find that really, really surprising. Brad Severs leads. We'll take a quick commercial break here on the PRA Pig Racing Network. We'll be back in a few short moments.
Goodbye, splatter of alien gore. Goodbye, strange indoor trees. Goodbye, deadly bunker, old friend. Goodbye, giant windmill thingy of unknown purpose. Goodbye, evil obelisk. Goodbye, place where I got sniped, blown up, ambushed, incinerated. Good times. Yeah.
Once you bid fond farewell to Halo 2, pre-order Halo 3 at GameStop. Power to the players. Rated M for mature.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot and time.
You are taking a live look at Jared Lewis. He goes underneath Brad Severs for the lead as we hit the halfway point of this race. Brad Severs has fallen back tremendously. He is losing a ton of spots as we speak. Now he's starting to regain that speed, but isn't enough. Tim Foster is coming his way into the top 5. So definitely we came back from commercial break just in the nick of time. Jared Lewis takes the lead away from Brad Severs, who was dominating the first half of this race. But will Jared Lewis be able to win this race? We've only seen one lead change so far. Maybe maybe too early to say that Jared Lewis has got this race won. He may be away by only 5/10, but that 5/10 could easily disintegrate in the next couple of laps. We don't know yet. They start becoming single file yet again. They were double file for the most part in the track. Once we went to commercial break, then they just went back to being single file. Last time by, it was a 5/10 of a second lead. Now that's been disintegrated to a 3/10 of a second lead. Definitely, it does not matter if you pull away or not. The driver behind you will find a way to get back up towards the back bumper of the leader, whether that be from the draft or whether that be dirty air in the leader. 16 laps to go. Jared Lewis has the lead, but does he have enough to make it to the finish without getting challenged? First half of this race was dominated by Brad Severs. Could the second half be dominated by Jared Lewis? Another thing would be, would these drivers go down pit road? Would they? Are they? I don't know. I honestly don't know if they're going to go down pit road or not because of how short the race is. But that does not mean that that possibility could still linger in near the end of this race. As Rob Racer has caught up to Jared Lewis. Now the question is, could Rob Racer or Tim Foster, could these two battle for position? So we see Jay Stapleton of the 5 has managed to find his way back up to the draft. He lost the draft early in the race. He's found a way to get back to it. Lap times have definitely diminished for these drivers. They were falling to about a 24-second lap time each, but that's still a relatively fast pace. Jared Lewis keeping that lead at 2/10 of a second, not letting Rob Racer get to his back bumper whatsoever. The chase is starting to roar down here. Couple races left before we get to the elimination rounds. It gets harder, it gets tougher and tougher from here. The next track that we go to is the T-Swift Superdome. That is basically Dodge Raceway from the old EA NASCAR games, but it's called that because of reasons. But we go there, so we got some short track action. Then the week after that, we get Tennessee Superspeedway, which that would lead us to December. Or I think Bristol would be the race before December. I'm not so sure. When December rolls around, we will be in the middle of December, right near Christmas. Uploads will start becoming 2 races a week per each series. So 2 truck races, 2 cup races, 2 kickstart races, and 2 wheeling races a week once December starts rolling around. So I gotta get to it. Jared Lewis has the lead. He's keeping that gap relatively close to 2/10 of a second. Trying not to let Rob Racer get to his head. They come to 7 laps to go. Does not look like any sort of pit stops are going to be happening in this race, which is very unfortunate because the pit roads here are very, very, very cool. And I wish I could experience them, but I don't think I can. Does Rob Racer have anything left in the tank, or Jared Lewis? Jared Lewis could very well get a good spot in the chase, Well, that doesn't mean Rob Racer can easily steal one here this weekend, or this week. Rob Racer is doing the same thing Jared Lewis has done. He keeps looking underneath, just cannot seem to find that hole. 5 laps to go. Jared Lewis out in front, coming into turns 3 and 4. Rob Racer trying to sneak underneath him, but these drivers keep sliding up the track due to the cloudiness and the cold weather, not making the grip any sort of good. 4 to go. Jared Lewis holding the fort. Can he hold it on for the last lap? Tiff Foster's working his way into the frame here. It's a 3-car battle for the lead with 3 laps to go. Does Jared Lewis have what it takes to get his way into the chase? All he has to do is win it. And he's in it. Seen so many different winners in this series. Only 10 can make it into the elimination rounds. Kind of make a mistake on that because, you know, we've had way too many winners that they may have to have a heat race to determine those final spots. But that doesn't matter. Jared Lewis, Rob Racer, and Tim Foster are battling. Tim Foster looking to the outside of Rob Racer. Rob Racer is looking to the inside of Jared Lewis. They come to the line. It'll be 1 lap to go. Rob Racer takes the lead away from Jared Lewis, and that might be enough for that Rob Racer machine to win this race and get into the chase. Tim Foster and Jared Lewis battling side by side, but they are losing so much time on Rob Racer. Rob Racer will not be chased down by either Jared Lewis or Tim Foster. He will come out of turns 3 and 4. He will lead 2 laps, one of them being the best one he can lead. And that one will get him into the chase. Rob Racer wins at Rockingham. Very, very interesting few last laps. Jared Lewis dominating the second half, but it was Rob Racer that took the lead away at the last few moments to get himself a victory. I guess this is where we can view the amazing pit stalls, I guess. I'll have to view Brad Severs. I want to view Brad Severs on this. See, with the pit sides being similar. No? I guess those won't be used then. Yeah, I guess the other pit lanes here won't be used. Alright, whatever. Well, that's all for today's race, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Racer wins it with Jared Lewis in second, Tim Foster third, Nick Santiago fourth, Jack DeVinny fifth, Brad Severs sixth, Dylan Rash seventh, Trickle Nickel eighth, Jeremy Moschetti ninth, and Corbin Forster rounds out your top 10. Get the last of the drivers here. Luke Brogowski was the only one to retire with a clutch issue. Better luck next week. We will see you next week at the T-Swift Supernode. Have a good one, everybody.